am getting ready for Futures tomorrow, 100 breaststroke. You are probably not wondering where I am. College Station has one of the best pools in the country. I hate to say it, but it's true. In keeping with my new tradition of reviewing hotels, I am staying at the Aggieland Boutique Hotel, only the finest. Here we have the bathroom, a toilet, a shower. Into the master bedroom, we've got a microwave, a fridge, and a very nice bed. So maybe not the nicest I've stayed in, but it's got what I need. Let's talk about the 5 things that I have to have at every meet. All right, here are the 5 things that I rely on for every meet, courtesy of the swag. Shameless plug, yes, I know. 5 things besides the suit, cap, and goggles. Number 1, foam roller. This is the smooth one. The spiky one I save for nighttime before I go to bed to really dig into my muscles. This, I like it to be a pleasant experience before and after my warm-up, just to relax my muscles. On that note, massage gun. About 30 minutes before I swim, I put my legs up the wall, which, if you don't do that, you gotta try it. It's awesome. It makes your legs feel so good. Gets that blood moving. But this I use mostly on my legs while I put my legs up the wall, and a bit on my chest, my shoulders, into my biceps. Number 3. It's not what you think. Get your mind out of the gutter. This is celebratory for my muscles. It's a mixture of protein and creatine. Protein should be obvious. I'm just looking to give my muscles something to feed on. The creatine is great for recovery. It is the only thing that I put in my body that I can feel the difference between the before and the after. You know, so much of our diet stuff, eating healthy and all that, you don't see the results. It's hard to feel anything from it, feel any difference. But the creatine, I do feel like I recover better when I take it. Number 4, lotion. So the whole idea here is when I put this on and oil and water don't mix, I want the water to be able to move past me a little bit more easily. And so before you go consulting the USA Swimming rulebook, yes, it is legal. You are allowed to use oil, so long as it is, quote, not an excessive amount of oil. So a little bit subjective there, but I figure as long as I'm not so shiny that I'm blinding people, probably okay. Number 5, gummy snacks. Yeah, I know, it's a little weird, right? About 30 minutes before I swim, I pop a few of these, and in the hopes that the carb, sugar spike will help. It certainly doesn't hurt, and it tastes nice. So there you go. Those are my 5 things. I would love to hear some of yours, especially any that aren't on this list, so that maybe I can steal some of yours and use them for myself. But that is it for my 5 things. And tomorrow I have the 100 breast, like I said, and I will head down. That's at 10, like a little after 10 o'clock. So I got time. I got time to go downstairs, take my time, eat a good breakfast, which will probably be oatmeal, berries, maybe a hard-boiled egg, we'll see. And then I will be at the pool and see you there. All right, I am at breakfast, and as you can see, this is clearly not oatmeal. It's not fresh fruit. That's okay. I'm keeping it simple. 2 pieces of toast for some carbs, a little bit of egg for some protein, and hope that does the trick. See you at the pool. All right, that's me in lane 5, and we're gonna pause it right here at Take Your Mark. You notice I lean back more than the other guys. All these guys, they're either straight up and down over the block or they're a touch forward. And I lean back because I'm trying to take full advantage of that wedge. I used to lean back just a touch until I felt some tension in my lats, but starting at this meet, I've gone a little bit further than that, trying to take more advantage of the wedge and my strength, which is strength. And so I'm trying to sit back on that wedge and really get a big push so that I go into the water with as much speed as possible, and I'm compensating for the loss of reaction time. I've never been the quickest off the blocks. I'm usually one of the last guys off the blocks. So this is kind of an acceptance of that and trying to play as much as I can to my strength. So let's pick it up here. Decent entry and pretty good underwater. You know, I got to 15 cleanly, quickly. The first couple strokes were nice. Building in at 6, I said, okay, I got to pick it up now, and my tempo goes up. But it was never really enough of a tempo. You look at all these other guys, and their tempo is just so much quicker. I'm 16 strokes into the wall right here. I'm tied with the guy above me coming off. I knew there was a problem when I didn't really just explode forward ahead of everybody. And 3 strokes in on the second 50, I'm at the guy's hip. And about 4 or 5, I go, oh, shoot, I got to pick it up. But it was too late at that point. I didn't lose any more ground. I stayed at the guy's hip, but it was just too late. And I didn't pick up the tempo enough to compensate for those first 3 strokes. I was 20 strokes on the way back. It's not enough going out or coming home. This looked more like a 200. All right, 104.90. Just under half a second off of my best time that I did, I think back in May of last year when I was trying to qualify for trials. So, you know, not bad, not good. Definitely something that puts me in contention for a new best time tonight. Half a second, that's easy going from prelims to finals. I really want to be under 104, and a full second, that's a little trickier. So I've got to take more strokes like you saw. That will help. And I think between that and the rest right now that I'm about to hop into, I can definitely get that half a second, but a full second, we'll see. Different angle this time. I'm in lane 6 right there. And like I said, leaning back, trying to take advantage of that wedge and my power. Off we go. And this was kind of deja vu. I was not the first one to 15 meters. I was second, which is very unusual. Again, that told me that I had an issue with overtraining and not getting enough rest. And these guys just crushed me on tempo. I came into it with the goal of taking more strokes, and I did, but it still wasn't enough. 18 strokes at the wall, coming off. I didn't do what I normally do, which is catch people on the pullout. And yeah, it just still looked kind of like a quick 200. And that's not good enough. Not when you're trying to go 102. I'm 22 strokes here coming home. I didn't really lock up, but I just never got going. It wasn't a sharp race. 104.79. Not what I was hoping for. Not what I'm capable of. I went and had dinner with one of my ambassadors, Sam Stewart, who's killing it at this meet so far, and with him and his parents, and who are swim coaches. And all we did was talk shop, partly trying to figure out what the hell is going on with my long course races, because this is still kind of an enigma. Still trying to figure out why I can't convert my success so equally to long course. So it's going to take a lot of reflection, but I am not done yet. You see, I am determined not to leave here until I have a best time. And so tomorrow I have time trial. I don't know if I'll be able to get a video of that. I'll let you know how it goes if I don't. And if I don't get my time tomorrow, I will either go for the 100 split and the 200 on Friday or do another time trial. So I'm adamant this is going to happen. I know it can happen. It's just too bad it couldn't happen tonight. 4th place, that was nice as well. I got a nice medal. But let's see how it goes tomorrow. Always hope. Hey, you're probably wondering, where is my time trials video? I didn't see that part. Well, that's because I didn't have one. I didn't have anybody to get it. So I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please don't unsubscribe. I have too few as it is. It wasn't good. It wasn't even really worth videoing except for the learnings maybe, but I lived it, so I can tell you how it went. 105.2, half a second slower. I changed my stroke. Yeah, I know, cardinal sin, blah, 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 but I had to do something different because I knew, the prelims finals, I tried getting up and getting aggressive over the water, and it was taking a lot out of me. And this week, for whatever reason, I have felt just kind of sluggish and fatigued, dull, worn down, whatever you want to call it. I just haven't felt my usual sharpness, and the ability to get up and go just wasn't there. So I kept my arms lower under the water on the recovery, hoping that that could conserve some energy and get me home those last 20 meters. And it felt like I was doing pretty well in the last 20 meters, but there was also just this general fatigue. And maybe it's overtraining, but I'll have to think about it on the long car ride home after the 200 breast today. Oh my gosh. Swim gods help me. The 200 breast. I'm excited to be there. Don't get me wrong. The pool deck is my happy place. Being behind those blocks, those whistles going, take your mark. I love it, and I'm here for it. But when reality is punching you in the face, sometimes it is best to dodge a little bit, left or right. And so I'm going to dodge left today, and I'm going to go for a little bit more distance per stroke, keeping the arms lower, which I actually have done before this season, earlier in the season in a 200. So it's not the first time, unlike the time trials where I just kind of pulled it out. And it seemed to help me earlier in the season. And so what I'm shooting for is not a personal best time. Please don't give me shit for this. I know, yeah, keep optimism, keep positive attitude, blah, 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 blah. But, again, reality. And so what I'm shooting for is a personal best post-college, which I think is under 226. We'll see how it goes. I should have somebody to video this. I hope you enjoy it because I'm going to be in a world of pain. Here we go. That's me in lane 8, right there at the bottom of the screen. Solid dive, good pull out, took me past 15. The goal on this was to keep it really long, really powerful, good distance per stroke. I was really trying to work my kick more so than I normally do. And so I did a really good job on this first 50, 12 strokes, felt nice, 31.7. Coming off this wall, still feeling okay, even though I'm not getting great pullouts. One thing to notice throughout this whole 200 was that I never got really tight at the end of every stroke out front with my elbows squeezing together. You can see that space, a little bit of space between my arms and my hands, making me less hydrodynamic as I go through, and that was simply a symptom of fatigue. I was tired, even though at this point I was feeling okay. 14 strokes into the wall, 37.1. I was feeling solid up until about this point at the 125, where I got this weird tingling in my arms that I've never felt before, in my triceps. It was a little bit in my biceps. And I started going, oh shit, this might be a problem. And so I held it together for the third 50, 15 strokes into the wall, 37.8. So, split wise, I'm holding it. And then coming off this wall, the wheels started coming off. And at this point, I'm still thinking, okay, it's just going to be that generalized pain that I normally feel. No. Right about here at the 175, everything just starts shutting down. I mean, going numb, and I've got nothing left right now. just trying to get to the damn wall. It's going to take me 21 strokes to get there. And if I'm being honest, on that 21st stroke, I phoned it in. I gave up and I was just like, get me to the wall. I don't care. And it was 40.8 on that split.
That was 40.83, 227.59.
Oh, that was so painful. That was maybe the most painful race I've ever done in my life. Head to toe, just pain. Like I've never felt. Seriously, when I feel pain in a breaststroke race, it's usually in my arms. This was, I swear, down to the bones. My legs hurt like they have never hurt. And all of that tells me that I overtrained, that I did not rest enough for how much I trained. Even though I did my usual 6-week taper, I don't think I incorporated enough rest during the season, during the cycles of hard training, to really bounce back from what I was doing. You know, normally a big workout for me is 600 meters of real quality breaststroke, but I was doing upwards of 1,200. And yeah, it's a drop in the bucket from what I used to do, but it's double, and you've got to take that of what I've been doing, and you got to take that into account, and I didn't. So I thought I was doing okay. I thought my body was going along fine, but clearly it wasn't. So lesson learned, maybe. Try not to do that again. So what's the next step? Well, the plan going into this meet was to take off Saturday and Sunday this weekend, and then get back to it on Monday, hit the grind. But my body is telling me that it needs more. So I'm thinking at least through Tuesday I'm off, and then easing back into it on Wednesday. That'll give me a short week, you know, Wednesday through Saturday, just a few days. And then really start ramping it up from there, because looking at the schedule, if I want to get a full 12-week cycle of training in before I taper for Pro-Am at the end of December, then I need to get back into it starting next week. So, and getting back to the kinds of sets that got me to where I am, the 50s, the 75s, maybe even some hundreds here and there, but lower yardage, high intensity. And over these next couple days, I gotta start looking through and picking out what kinds of sets I want to do, not just in the pool, but in the weight room, which exercises, all that good stuff. So I'm excited. I'm ending this season on a low note, which is never how you want it to go, but I am really excited for short course. That is my thing. And so I will start showing you those meets sometime soon. Stay tuned.